fans. She says, I remember when we were even talking about recording this song, it was kind of like, is this too aggressive? Especially because at the time, I was a sweet farm girl on American Idol.
Yeah.
And she says, I hope that's who I still am, but it was almost, maybe we don't even do this song. In fact, it actually had been put up for other artists to possibly do it.
To buy the rights or whatever. Yeah.
However, the infectious jam was hard to keep down, and everybody loved it so much that they just went for it, and it happened to work out. 20 years later, they still see people perform it. It's a lot of fun. It really was the song that sent her to global superstardom at the time. And she says what's even funnier is now she can still hear the appeal of it, because recently she was vacuuming her house, and when she turned off the vacuum, there was a noise coming from the bedroom, and it was music. And she's like, well, what is that? What is that? And then she realized it's her song Before He Cheats. So she goes in the bedroom, and her 6-year-old is lying on her bed watching the music video.
Oh.
And she's like, what are you doing? And he's like, nothing. And then discovered that he started watching all of her old music videos.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is really cool, like, roundabout moment. So to believe in 20 years, can't believe it. Do I think anybody else could have done that song justice? No. I can't think of anyone else doing that, because that hit her to global superstardom. But I do understand the worry that could come with that, because that was a very, like, aggressive song.
It was a powerful, song.
And everything she did on American Idol was so opposite of that.
Yep.
You know? Like ballads, very sweet, very, like, innocent. So.
Well, it's like, people can relate to that. Everyone's been through a heartbreak. Most of the time. You know what I mean? Majority of people have, and just like most breakup songs are like, oh, I love that song. You know, I'm going through it right now. I'm gonna play this song a million times. You know, and have a beer or something. You know what I mean? So. And
to be honest, I don't think it actually went against her. I think it actually showed a different side of her that fans were able to connect to. It wasn't just the sweet farm girl. And
it was out of the norm. With that. Yeah.
But I feel like if it would have stayed that way, she wouldn't have had as much, I guess, success.
It was the song that got her over the hill. Right. If that's the right way to say it. And took her to the next step. To was it the A-list
to the
artist?
Basically. So hey, good for her. Still a great song. I still go back and listen to it to this day.
Yes, it's a classic.
It is.
So
it is. Well, moving on. Time to go to we're doing things a little bit differently today, right? So we're going to go to our backyard take. Okay? You got this one, right?
Yes.
A hack for us.
Yes. So this hack is going to be a modern money hack. Couples splitting expenses proportionally. So we all heard 50-50 is fair until real life shows up. Okay.
Fair.
More couples are ditching the traditional 50-50 split and switching to proportional expense sharing, meaning each partner contributes based on income, right? So if one partner earns 60% of the household income, they cover 60% of shared expenses, not because they're being generous, but being realistic. So what are your thoughts on that?
Interesting. I have a hard time. Like, money talks are hard for us. Not because of, like, anything bad, just me. That's a hard spot that I have, like, talking about it. Because I'm very, very, or at least I still am, but I'm very independent in that thought. And I believe that, like, when I came into this relationship, and we have this discussion all the time, my debts or my bills or my student loans aren't on you. Right? Like, it shouldn't be on that person who I came into with it. You weren't there when I got them, so it's not fair to put it on you, right?
Yeah.
And I feel the same way, like, within the relationship, like, you shouldn't have to pay for me or things like that. However, as we've started learning, or at least I have, like, what teamwork is, especially in the marriage.
Yep.
I think we've talked more and more about this, and, like, getting to that point of, like, it is a team thing. It's not saying you're putting your money on somebody or you're putting your debt on somebody, but it's helping to get financially free. And that's something we talked about a lot. So I think it's interesting. I think I'm not surprised by it anymore, to be honest, of how the world is today, because it's hard to live 50-50 anymore unless you're at the same.
It's a different time.
Unless you're at the same, like, rated jobs, I guess. Like, you're, you know what I mean? I don't know
if you want to say it that way, it's like, are you at the same level? Or different careers obviously have different, compensation.
Yeah, I mean, I remember
or salaries, whatever you want to say. But
my parents growing up, my mom and dad had their own bills.
Yeah.
In terms of like they had talked about it, and from what I understand, they'd split it up. Okay,
Yeah.
you'll pay this, you'll pay this. Like my mom paid our dance stuff. My dad was the mortgage and stuff of the house.
Yeah.
My dad worked for the state of Ohio. So he was obviously making more than what my mom was making at the time.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't think it's an unheard of thing to do in relationships. I just think it's becoming more common.
Yeah.
And I'm not against it anymore. I know you're probably surprised by that. But I do think it's important to work together in order to be financially free.
Yeah. And
What
you
are
know,
your thoughts?
yeah, I agree. You know, do what works best for you. Every couple is different, or every situation is different. So, you know, sometimes life comes at you fast and punches you in the face.
Yeah, seriously.
And, you know, you never know. Your partner might lose their job, or someone else has to step up. It doesn't matter, guy, girl, whatever. Sometimes you just got to step up and deal with what life is going to throw at you. And sometimes, you know, being financially free is so important because you'll have that leverage no matter what, and no matter what happens.
Yeah.
You know, or if you're dealing with a crappy boss or whatever it is, you can say, you know what, I don't need to be here.
Yep.
You know, I have a 6-month emergency fund and a high yield savings account that generates me great money to where I can take time off, work on myself, go work out,
Yeah.
you know, go for walks and get back when I'm ready.
Yeah.
And it gives you the option. Some people don't have that option. And for me, when I didn't have options, I hated it.
Yeah. Because you're forced to stay somewhere you don't want to.
You feel like you're forced to stay somewhere, especially if it's not a great situation. It just wears on you day in and day out. You know, also, I just want to put out there, I'm not telling you people to quit your job
No.
tomorrow, but, you know, come up with a plan, work with your partner, and, you know, talk with them and do it strategically, and put yourself first. You know, that's the biggest thing.
And I agree with you. And I will say you're kind of more the financial guy in our relationship, and that's how it works because you're extremely smart with that stuff.
Appreciate it.
And I think it's dependent on each couple's like relationship, right? So it's going to be different for each one. But it kind of goes back to those relationship either memes or advice that you see that it's not always going to be 100% from both sides. It's that battery level, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's going to be 90-40. Sometimes it's going to, or 60-40, sorry.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's going to be 90-10, you know, on either side.
You're not going to be perfect all the time.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a good way to deal with finances in relationships, especially going forward in the economy and stuff that we're in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well,
But I will say, do not go into a relationship expecting the other person to pay for your stuff.
yeah. Yeah. Don't do that, you know, because eventually, you know, that causes resentment.
Yep.
And the number one cause of divorce is financial problems, or money talks. So being able to, you know, work with your partner on that, statistically gives you a better chance of surviving marriage, because marriage is not easy.
No.
You know, obviously we just started our journey, but statistically, it's been proven that you know, money problems is the number one cause of divorce. So getting at least a hold on your finances gives you a better chance of surviving. You know what I mean? So, but yeah,
That's a great modern money hack.
yeah. So yeah, just want to close out with healthy finances aren't about equal dollars; they're about equal sacrifice. Just to give credit to the sources, I think Reuters. Yeah, Reuters. Yeah. So I butchered that, so I apologize, but that's where the article is coming from. And other articles are Investopedia and NerdWallet. So,
Nice.
Yep.
Well, guess what? Moving on. We are having way too much fun
Yes,
with these
this
new
is
toys.
fun.
Last couple things here before we wrap up the show. I told you we have a new segment. It's called Reality Review.
Yes.
And here's why we came up with it. Brandon and I love watching reality TV. I think I got you into it.
You did.
A little bit more.
You did.
But I do love my reality TV. And especially because we've been on a kick of reality survival shows. So we want to kind of bring a little reality TV review to you. Because we think if you're bored at home and there's something you want to watch, or these just bring up interesting questions while we're watching the shows, things like that, watch along with us. So here's what we're going to review. Outlast. It's on Netflix.
Netflix, yep.
There's 2 seasons. You and I have watched the 2 in the past week.
Since we've been snowed in.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
But here's I guess you could say the premise behind the whole show is that 16 players are put out into the middle of Alaska wilderness.
Yep, different backgrounds.
With no survival. Well, no, they do have survival stuff originally.
Well, on the season 2. Season 2 is more survivalists.
That's true. But basically they're given like tarps, I think a blanket, maybe 2 bean bags. And each team has 4 players. Flint to start fire, like very few things. Yep. And the idea is you have to outlast the other 4 teams, however long that takes, to win $1 million and split it between your team. The only rule is that you cannot win it solo. So you have to be on a team to win.
Yep.
Now, it doesn't have to be the team you started with. You can change teams.
Yeah.
And you can also either be voted off by your team. So then you have 24 hours to find a new team to be a part of, or you have to flare out.
Yeah.
So
Exfil.
Yep. Or you can choose to flare out yourself. Say you're done with the competition. You
don't want to take it. You get sick or whatever.
Things like that. And you basically, that's what we're watching. It's just, you just wait. And we've watched both seasons. I will say it's an interesting mental experiment to see if you could do it. Like I would never do it. I've like watched it. And
it's tough. It's in the middle of Alaska, like around the fall, winter time frame.
I think the highest it gets during the days I think we've seen so far is 30.
30 to maybe 40.
Maybe, but it's freezing.
And it's raining the whole time.
It's raining. They don't really have supplies. They don't have food.
Yep.
You know, any of that stuff. And it's just like you're hooked from the beginning. Now, I will say, if you go to watch this, right, you're a reality fiend, you love these survival shows, season 1 is brutal. Yeah. And we did it backwards. We watched season 2 first because we didn't realize season 1 was there.
Yep.
Season 1... and you can give your opinion on this, but it was brutal. Like, it wasn't really about surviving. It almost became like the evil of humanity.
It turned into like legit like survival.
Yeah. Like borderline, you were afraid someone was going to get hurt because they were stealing supplies from each other.
One team was doing that, you know, so they like did like a recon mission or whatever you want to say, and they like stole their essential sleeping bags and stuff. And keep in mind, like when the sun goes down, obviously the temperature is going to go down without the sun, so it'll get down to the 20s and below. And it's still raining and it's windy. And
it's life-threatening.
Yeah, it's life-threatening, basically. And yeah, so, and they kept doing it to other camps.
Yep.
And, you know, stealing their stuff, breaking their stuff, you know, just to win.
Oh, yeah.
And it turned into like, okay, this is more than a game.
Yeah.
There was no boundaries.
No.
You know? So.
Which we didn't really like season 1 because of that.
It turned from a game to more of like, okay, this is real life and this is life-threatening.
Like, this is brutal. This is stupid.
In my opinion.
Thankfully, the people who did that did not win at the end of the game.
Yes, we did
not
not
I would
want
have been
them
so
to
mad.
win.
And I even looked back at, I was reviewing like people's reactions to season 1 of Outlast and like Netflix's producers' response because there was so much negative towards these 2 individuals. And they had said after season 1, they had to review and kind of revamp the show.
Yeah.
Because you can't just let them all be like, okay, there's no rules. It's like caveman era, go for it.
Yeah.
You know, so season 2 definitely has more rules. Definitely is actually the players that they picked were more survivalist, like people who practice survivalist things or have a background in it. And there was a lot more morals and values, I think, set in place.
They probably checked their background a little bit
I
more.
think so.
You know?
Like, I think the first one, they even said, like, the first season, the players were like, yeah, we just saw like an Instagram ad that said, can you survive in Alaska? And we clicked on it, we're here. And I'm like, yeah, that's where you don't do that.
Yeah, sometimes you got to run that, you know, background check and make sure you're getting a, you know, somewhat decent person in there. So
season 2 has a little bit more of that, but it's definitely still an interesting show to see like every challenge that they go through. I'm sitting there trying to think of like, well, how would we do this? How would we fix it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've already told you straight up, I'd last like 24 hours and be like, where's my McDonald's? Like, I can't do this crap.
Yeah.
It's not even the cold or anything. It'd be the food. I'm like, you want me to do what?
Yeah.
I have to go do what?
Yeah.
Call me like a little girl or like, I don't even know, like bougie or whatever. But I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
I can't eat squirrel. Sorry. I can't do that. I think you would last.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it was that extreme because we always had like MREs when we went out into the field.
Yeah.
So we did always have kind of food and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but we did sleep outside a lot and
Yeah.
deal with the inclement weather and whether it was hot, cold, desert, whatever.
Yeah.
Romania, but. The biggest thing is like I would need some more classes on like how to properly,
Survive.
fish and, clean,
Yeah.
or hunt and
Yeah.
like clean it and like do it well.
Or hope that you're on a team with someone who already knows how to do that.
Yeah.
You know, because
that
again,
too.
you have to end with a team. So,
Well, I think the thing is getting a good team.
yeah. And you don't really.
A well-balanced team.
And that was the thing between the first and the second season. The first season, they all they didn't know each other.
Yeah.
And they were just like, grab your team now. And they just kind of clumped up in a corner.
Mm-hmm.
The second season, they had 4 leaders.
Yeah.
And then they were able to go down the line and ask, what do you do? What's your experience? So they could kind of make their team more balanced. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was a good show.
It was great though. I don't want to make it sound negative.
No.
It's a great watch. Go watch it on Netflix. I would definitely recommend it if y'all are bored. Yeah.
And another survival show that we were obsessed with.
We've been waiting for like a year for it to come back out.
Season 2 comes out tonight at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
On Hulu.
Yep.
It's called Extracted.
Yes, we're super excited for
Another
that
survival show. If you haven't seen season 1, go check it out. The basis behind this is that these people are dropped in the woods.
one. Yep.
I don't think it's Alaska.
I can't remember what area it is. Maybe it's Seattle,
maybe that's what it
Washington area. Yeah.
But either way, they're dropped in the wilderness. They're all alone, aren't they?
So it's families basically.
That's right, yeah.
The families or friends
Yeah.
that come together as teams. So it's not random.
No.
But it's random families and friends that get put together.
Right.
And they send one of their members out into the wilderness and the
To survive with
with
no
nothing
supplies.
really.
They don't get anything, not even a sleeping bag.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to remember. But yeah, so basically nothing.
Yeah.
And the rest of their families or friends stay at the HQ where they have, AC
Mm-hmm.
or heat, and they got, whatever you
Mm-hmm.
need there. It's like a hotel. Then they have a big mission room watching
Yep.
their family members suffer, basically.
Out in the wilderness by themselves. They don't have teams.
Yep.
And they have throughout the entire time, like these challenges or things to get supply drops.
Yep.
Not the people in the wilderness, the families. So
At
if the
home
families
base,
mess
yeah.
up at home base, their person doesn't get supplies.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's more pitting the families against each other within headquarters.
Yep.
Because they have this one person that's relying on them for
Yep.
a supply drop. Now, the only way that you can leave the game is either one,
They quit.
they quit,
Well, their families have to pull them.
but the families have to pull them. So these individuals in the wilderness cannot get extracted until the families say, okay, we'll extract you. And
Yep.
they push a red button. So it's the idea of you have to basically bring the people along who know how much you can take when you're just being like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Versus like, no, seriously, they can't keep going. Like, they
Yeah,
have
it's like
to
a
leave.
health concern.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
and you have to be careful who you bring with you because you have some of the family members who have an emotional connection. They're like, I can't watch my person suffer. Which one of the members from last season,
Yeah.
he could have won the whole thing. He was so happy.
Yeah, he
out
was
there.
locked in. He had
was
food, like
everything, and he was so happy. He's like, this is the greatest day of my
he
life.
was having a blast out there. Then their 2 family members, I think it was family members.
Yeah.
They were, because other family members at home base
Yeah.
were doing the alliances.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is getting dark. I can't handle this.
Yeah.
I have morals basically. And I get it, have morals and
Oh,
stuff.
totally. But they pulled out.
But they have one of the strongest candidates,
Yes.
top 2 at least.
Yes.
And he was like, and they extracted him, and he was like, why?
yeah, he was so mad. He was like, why
he
did
told
you
him
extract
through
me?
he told him through the camera. It's like, I could have won this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I forgot what the prize was. Is
think
it
it's
$1
$1
million?
million.
Is it $1 million?
I think
Because
it's
I
$1
know
million.
Outlast.
Outlast is $1 million, but I think it's also $1 million.
It's up there.
Yeah. And he was so mad. So like it puts into these like this perspective of like you have to be careful of who's going to go out in the wilderness, 1. 2, who are you going to pick who's going to be able to watch you suffer in the cold but know, hey, he can still or she can still do it.
Yeah.
and then 3, who's going to have strategy to work against the other family members or friends or team members to get those supply drops for you.
Yeah,
So
it's really cool. And I know it's a small detail, but I think that cool detail from Extracted is that they had a Garmin watch, and you can see their vitals and stuff. You can see it go from green, orange, or to red, right? And it's like some of them went down to red, because they weren't eating enough and they were pretty much starving, or it was too cold for them and they burned too many calories. So I thought that was a really cool insight to see how the body deteriorates throughout those hardships out in the wilderness.
So it's on Hulu starting tonight, Mondays.
So
we're going to be watching it. We're going to be giving you updates with our reality review Mondays. As we go forward. So that's kind of where we're at. But that was our first reality review, which was a lot
really
of fun.
Yeah,
go check out those shows. Let us know what you think in the comments as well. Are you a reality TV fan? What shows should we watch? We're not just survival reality TV. We like other ones too.
And the one that I really like is Owning Manhattan.
You love Owning Manhattan.
The real estate stuff.
The real estate one.
Oh, it's so cool.
I do like my Kardashians sometimes.
The trash
That's because
TV.
it's a train wreck you can't look away from, okay?
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Sometimes it makes me feel a little better about my life. So, but let us know what you think as well. If you've ever watched those shows, if you're going to, if you want to keep watching every episode along with us for this season of Extracted, we'd love to hear from you.
We'll definitely
keep
you updated on those.
Definitely. And finally, we got to wrap up this show with Brandon's bumper sticker. What you got for us today?
Yes. So the final wrap up for this episode.
Oh wait, we didn't do it. Moving on. Sorry. Okay.
Back to the original program here.
The final wrap up.
Yep. So for my bumper sticker for this episode, whether it's fighting, AI, or money, the people who last aren't the strongest or the fastest. They're the ones who adapt without losing balance.
That could be adapted to the survival shows too.
Yeah, it goes along with the survival stuff too.
I love that. Wait, say it one more time.
Yeah, so whether it's fighting, AI, or money, the people who last aren't the strongest or the fastest. They're the ones who adapt without losing balance. So consistency.
Yep. Be adaptable.
Yep. Stay consistent. Get after it.
Love it.
Yes.
Hey, this has been a fun show.
Yeah, this was a good one.
This was a good one. Well, thanks so much everyone for listening, joining us again,
yes,
following,
thank you.
subscribing, liking. You. We love you. Please comment on social media, Facebook and Instagram, B&T Unscripted. Let us know our shows. Let us know anything you want us to talk about. We'd love to hear from you. And of course, keep listening. YouTube, Apple, Spotify. We are literally everywhere.
Yep.
And until next time, we're going to leave it at moving on.
Yes, moving on.
Bye, guys.
See ya.